Hello, everybody. My name is Anna Yogan. Welcome to our program, Consciousness in Evolution. I am here representing Reaprendência International, a conscientiocentric institution dedicated to re-education. You can find our page, Reaprendência International, at YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Today, we are going to talk about immanent energies and consciousness evolution, how we can bring nature and the inner growth together. Let's discover the deep connection between energies and consciousness. How about embarking on the transformative journey into the forces that influence both of our inner landscape and the world around us? We are going to learn how immanent energies serve as a natural bridge between personal growth and universal evolution. For that, please welcome our guest, Roberto Leimig. Roberto was born in Recife, Brazil. He holds an associate degree and bachelor's degree in biological sciences from the Federal University of Pernambuco, and he has a master's degree in ecology from the State University of Maringá. He's a university professor and an environmental consultant. He began studying conscientiology in 1991 and became a volunteer in 93. He has been a teacher since 96 and a tenepessist since 2000. He's a verbetographer and the author of the book Lives of a Naturalist that was published in 2015, unfortunately available only in Portuguese for now. He has been an Epicon since 2017, and currently he volunteers and conducts research at the Center of Higher Studies of Conscientiology, the CEAEC, and also volunteers for the International Association for Seriexological and Holobiographical Research, CONSECUTIVUS. Please, Roberto, the stage is yours.
Hello, Anna. Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure for me to stay with you and to discuss and, debate a very important theme in terms of conscientiology and evolution as a whole. So I select some ideas and images just to have a sequence in order to get more information to discuss. Okay, I intend to present for you, and then also anytime you can ask any questions or curiosity about the experience about the immanent energy. So you can begin a short presentation and we go on to discuss and debate, okay? So the immanent energy is a kind of energy that not linked directly to human energy. Is more directly related to the nature as a whole, and also related to the cosmos. So you just discuss some aspects, some kinds of this energy, and discuss with you. Okay. First of all, I'd just like to present to you the principle of disbelief. It's very important, and just to pay attention because you don't have to believe in anything, not even what are speaking here for you. You have to get experience. You have your own experience. It's very important because we are talking about some subtle theme, and so it's very depends on your experience. Of course, you have different techniques you can apply, you can verify doing experiments, also different experiments, and you can reach a consensus, understanding about this variation, these kinds of energy. Okay, let's go here to the next one. So I just like to talk to you about the understanding of immanent energy, definition and explanation, the connection between the energy and consciousness, interaction with the nature energies, the personal evolution through energetic interaction, and collective and community evolution, and practical application for everyday life. That's it. What I think it's interesting for us to discuss. How can we apply all of this knowledge and techniques about energy? That's very important because it can change our way of life. It can change our way of thinking about life. So to deal with these kinds of energy in our everyday life really can make difference. Okay, let's go to the next, please, Anna. You can help me. Yes, I can. Yeah, good. So, first of all, it's important to remember that these kinds of energy can influence our life since we reborn here in this planet. Of course, before, but let's think for a while to discuss about the importance during this life, because we depend on energy for everything, even though about the material life like transports, the survivance, about our human as an animal, survival depends on energy. Everything depends on energy. So it's very important you can classify, identify the different reactions that we have during the interaction with these kinds of energy, these different kinds of energy. So the energy is not only the electrical energy and the fuel energy, but our energy that interact with the energy of nature, the different energy of nature. That's the focus that we can discuss here, and that we can are talking about immanent energy. Okay, let's go to the next. So, what is the immanent energy? The immanent energy is kind of energy inherent, ever present in the universe. So, as for example, the cosmos energy, since we have the beginning of the universe, we have a kind of energy that is widespread in the cosmos. Also, you can feel this kind of energy not only in the stars, but in interstellar space, and also in our planet, in the ocean, the trees, the sunlight, minerals, animals, plants. We have different kinds of manifestations of this energy. The energy is basically is the same, the origin of this energy, but the manifestations is different in different circumstances, in different situation, different context. So, for example, if you can perceive the difference between the connection you have with different animals that attract you, you can think about the different landscape that make you feel better or not. But this difference can show the difference between the energy, the kinds of energy. So it's very important we pay attention the variation of our feelings or of our sensations about when you are in different environments and different interactions with animal or plants or different people, so you can perceive our reaction in relation to the energies. Okay,
So,
it's also,
Roberto,
please,
just a question here.
yeah.
I see you talking about all the energy that is dispersed in nature, and we also have our energy. So, how can I differentiate our energy from the energy of the nature?
Yes. I will talk about the kinds of techniques, but for example, when you start to perceive your own energy, applying different techniques that you can feel better, you can expand your energy or can accelerate your energy at your body, in your body. But you can also apply these techniques, for example, to absorb energy from the water, from the wind, from the also from the cosmos, and so you can compare. You will apply the same technique, for example, absorption, but in different contexts, in different situations. You can also apply, for example, at home, and then you can apply during a walking in the forest, near the river or the ocean, the sea. So you can compare this when you apply the same technique at these different places. So you as much as you can repeat the experiment, we will perceive the difference, how the energy functions in your body. So, for example, you have some energy that are more dense. For example, when you are near the rocks and caves, sometimes you can perceive a more dense energy. That's different from when you are near the river with hydro energy. So different kind of energy and different kinds of place can make you feel different in the
Perfect.
perceptions. That perception you have in at home, for example, with your own energy, you are alone, and you can do applying the same techniques, and you feel some perceptions. And then when you compare, when you are outside at different environments, you will certainly in one time, if you repeat, it's certainly, I'm sure that you will perceive something different. So that is interesting in our whole of techniques. We have now the opportunity to apply this technique and perceive these kinds of energy. For example, here in these slides, now you have a historical overview of the study or the perception of this energy. We had different philosophies, cultures studying in trying to perceive and applying these kinds of energy, but a few have techniques that really can make you perceive them. So it's very important you can apply and develop more techniques to perceive from yourself. That is very important. Okay? Even though the science, the conventional science, can perceive some parts of this energy when study the cosmos, when study the interactions between elements of nature, but they can perceive ourselves. The researcher usually don't perceive by themselves. Okay, that's why it's important that we can perceive by ourselves. That's the difference that the conscientiology can make. We go deeper in this subject. Okay, let's go on for the next one. If I remember, yeah, we can go to the next. Yeah, I have talked about different cultures try to perceive and make rituals and different spiritual practices, but most of them use apparatus or way of different forms, but not objective techniques. We have different and objective techniques that can make you we more awareness about these different kinds of energy. That's our difference in proposal of the conscientiology knowledge. Okay, let's go to the next one, please. So, and so you can have different forms of get in touch with these energies. First of all, I highlight the possibility to choose some natural environments and go to walk. The most famous now, the forest bathing technique that starts in Japan. Japan is a specialist in forest bathing. They recommend people, people that once used to go to the doctor. The doctor can perceive, prescribe the forest bathing during a consultant. So it's very important. We have some stress moment, we have some problems, organic problems, and so they can recommend you to go to the forest bathing. It's very important. So to hide, right, hiking, gardening. So you have different situations and opportunity to get in touch with natural energy. Also, techniques of meditation. You can relax in an environment with you have in which you have a contact with plants and animal to hear different birds. So you can go in a deep state of relaxation, and that can help you to feel better these kinds of energy. So it's important to keep concentrate and relaxed and be open-minded to perceive better, to just feel free to leave the energy get in touch with you. That is very important to this posture and to get in touch with this kind of energy. Okay, let's go to the next, please, Anna. So we have think about evolution. So when you use to get in touch with these different kinds of energy, when in our daily life we have different moments, different situations of stress or not, or for example, demotivation or depression, you can remember the techniques and remember these kinds of energy that you have more affinity. For example, you can absorb, you can get touch independently of your position, your location. You can absorb energy everywhere where you are. You can get in touch by your mind, by your affinization, your affinity to get in touch with these kinds of energy, and then you feel get better, if you get inspiration, get intuition or creativity to get better and solve, for example, a different situation, different kinds of problems or challenge that occupy your mind. Okay, let's the next. And yeah, so just to remember you that when you get in touch with the energy, the main points or organs you call the chakras. That's the most chakras, the most main important chakra, the seven chakra, like coronal chakra or frontal chakra, laryngo, cardio. These kinds of chakra can perceive the different kinds of energy at different pattern. So I just suggest you that to pay attention what the chakra is more developed or more sensitive to get in touch with these different kinds of energy. And also the chakra that has some problem, difficulties to get in touch with the energy. For example, the umbilical chakra or sexual chakra usually is more easy to get in touch, or is more natural to get in touch with geo energy, because the connection of with plantar chakra. The plantar chakra is the chakra from the feet, and so get in touch directly to the soil, to the rocks, and so is related with geo energy. Also, for example, coronal chakra or frontal chakra is more related to cosmo energy. So it's very important to pay attention the level of fluidity or openness of the chakra to perceive these variations of the energy. Remember, the energy it will be the same, but has different forms of manifestation that we can be care to take during the especially during the experiment, just to get in touch and start to describe more precisely, not only a general perception. That's very important to get deep and deep and reach a level that you can describe it with more details about your feeling, perceptions, in that energy or during the experiment, which chakra is more connected, what difficult appears during the experiment. So you can, as much as you can repeat the experiment, you will perceive more variables to identify and to challenge, to solve, to understand, to get better, to get improved in the perception and description. So for example, I had said that some energies seems to be more dense, other more subtle, other more accelerated or more quick, and then other are more slowly. We have different situations, different environments with different variables involving these kinds of energy. So during the experiment, we will perceive and get new ideas to describe them, because it's very important for you get vocabulary and also about sensations, about emotions, about feelings and signals. We used to use expression energetical signals. The energetic signals just reproduce the reaction that you have during these interactions with that kind of energy. For example, cosmic energy can make sensation of expansion of your coronal chakra. For me, it's like that. But what about you? You will receive like that? Perhaps about your reaction is more stronger in the frontal chakra. Sometimes, how you can know? But in general, for example, cosmic energy, it's connected with frontal or coronal chakra. Just as example to think about. Okay, Anna, I
Sorry.
have.
There is
Oh,
a that is a really very important point that you presented, because sometimes the person goes to the nature and they think that they are going to just relax to the point that they are going to fall asleep. But this type of experiment demands attention, demands discriminating the signs and sensations and perceptions during the experiment. So it's more like a mindfulness experiment than simply a relaxation technique. Does it make sense?
yeah, exactly. A good remembrance, because you have different lots of examples that people used to go on holiday, for example, just to relax, and the results not was as expected. They
Mm-hmm.
feel worst. They feel tired during these some places or during some interactions that it will expected to be relaxed or funny, and the result is just against the expectation that the person. That's probably the energetic interaction during that place or people which frequent the place is the problem. So we have really to pay attention, and as I had said, uh, try to discriminate the sensation during or after, at least after that interactions, because you are registering your energetic signal portfolio. You
Yeah,
need to have an energetic signal portfolio to, your own portfolio, that you can uh, transform or change just a victim of this situation to prevent these situations, because
it's
the
more
energy
like a
is very quick.
proactive
Yeah,
action. Hmm.
yes, you can be proactive in this sense, because the energy is very quick, is very fast than the questions involve physical life. So when you perceive before the action occur, is very important, because you can be, have a more self-defense in this situation and prevent your, exhaustive situation or exhaustion about
Hmm.
the situation. Okay.
Okay, Dr. Leona has a question. Maybe it's in the next slides. I don't know. But she asks, how does that energy, the immanent energy, could promote healing?
Yeah, good question, Leona. That's the question. People in general has problems, stress, as a result of bad interactions with one another. It's a part of our everyday life. the kind of energy involved these situations, as I had said before, different places or different bad interactions, worse interactions, will, during these situations, the kind of energy involved in this is the consciential energy, the main kind of energy that are related to social and affective life, our affective life, that we, which is usually related to our stress, affective stress or energetic demands. So the energy, immanent energy, are not related with consciential energy, are more independent. They are more pure. They are not contaminated with consciential energy. So when you get in touch, when we remember to get in touch with these kinds of energy, like hydro energy or cosmic energy, when you can get in touch and absorb this energy deeply, they can it can recover us from that unhealthy situation. So that's the basic process, that energy, that immanent energy can improve our health during the interaction. Just observe how the people react in a real good environment, nature, related to nature, for example, river, sea, forest. People used to improve because the energy can get our lots of variables of our nervous system, for example, get better because the reactions of our state of motivation, our the fulfill of energy. It's so you can get a new patama or new level of the sensation of energy. It's more satisfactory for our body. I will show you in the next slide. You have some indicators of these kinds of energy and the reaction. Yeah, here I just talk about some these kinds of energy: geoenergy, hydro energy from water, aero energy, phyto energy, electrical energy, zoo energy from animals, and consciential energy. So basically, you have seven kinds of energy. Please, the next, Anna, and I will show you some how you can feel this. For example, I will show you a simple exercise that you can have some experience at home. Just you choose a calm place, close your eyes, take a deep breath, focus on your surrounding, forget your body, your physical body, and then naturally you start to feel different perceptions, including the energy around you. It is expected that you can start to perceive your sensations around you, about your own body, but also around you, extra physical presence. You also can perceive. And so you can register, as I had said, take notes about your feelings, about your perceptions, intuitions, inspirations. And then if you repeat then 5, 10 minutes a day, quick as exercise, and then you can change sharing experience with others, with your colleagues, just asking about the feelings, about the perceptions, about the knowledge, inspirations around this activity. As much as you repeat the exercise, you get new ideas, new sensations, perceptions, and you can compare with the others, and then you can compare your own perception with at different environments, so you get more and more ideas. And remember, I talk about the portfolio of energetic signals about your perceptions. It's like sounds like your own vocabulary that's personal. Okay, you have like a vocabulary to deal with energy. I think for evolution is very, very important, because we we live we live in a energetical life, so you need to have vocabulary to deal with the different kinds of energy. Okay, let's see the next one, because the I have about, yeah, also you are sharing with people, yeah, involving project related to nature. It also can improve your perception. Please talk about or I read. Please, at the next one, I just to comment the next one. Yeah, here that's why I'm saying about the healing. The one of the strong power of healing from the nature, it's the practice of forest bathing, because here we have now just I read some research showing that the contact with nature, directly with nature, can change lots of variables of our body, our things from the nervous system to immunological system, from the situation of stress, circulatory system, the blood pressure, for example. So you have a different effect that can be measured by indicators or variables using in the laboratory. So now we have we could comprove that the nature can really make a change in our health system. So the next one, we have lots of benefits. This one, yes. Also personal and collective benefits, because as much as the people can perceive and try to do these experiments, it's very important, because we can get a collective ideas and questions and thoughts about the techniques, about the kinds of energy. You can a whole knowledge system about the perceptions of these kinds of energy of the nature. So as much as you can collaborate with this, it's very important, because we will help other people. When you're trying to make to do different experiments, you're not help yourself, but the result that you can comment and expose will help other people to get inspiration, to get improve themselves about the feelings and the body uh, health, about their body health. You have lots of indicators. I have comment,
Yes,
Susanna.
Yes, I do. I was actually reading a little bit about the forest bathing, and what really took my attention was the fact that it's great for mental health. I mean, like it can change your train of thought. It can change your emotional patterns, and it can change
Yeah,
your behavior because you are kind of in synchrony with a better pattern of energies. Is that what you think it would be, or what do you think would be the explanation of that?
yeah. You can. We don't know. I think we don't know yet specifically how it functions. But the fact is, the places, the environment that will have good energy from nature, forest, positive forest, um, or sea, these different kinds of environment really can make difference in our body system. Since circulatory, nervous system, immunological system. See the next, please, Anna. Yeah, do you have more idea? Yeah, you have here some article that publish, yes, here, endocrine system, immune system, nervous, autonomic nervous system. So you have different effects. Why this occur? Must be or should be the effect of energy. Uh, anyway, uh, acting in the cell, each cell or tissues in our body. There is some kinds of interactions that can make some effect. The effect is that it can be measured by the experiment in laboratory, like this article has published. But we really don't know how it functions, the energy, the immanent energy. But the fact is that function, that make difference. We have during the human history lots of cases of the healing, uh, since the aboriginal shamans, and then about other healings. Uh, but everything is almost then, almost all of them are related to the use of immanent energy. But how
What
it functions,
Sorry. What would you say about ectoplasm? Ectoplasm, because the plants also they have ectoplasm, and
yeah,
we are able to absorb some of that as well.
yeah, yeah, the ectoplasm, like in this image, in the phytoectoplasm, ectoplasm of plants, it represents the most dense kinds of energy of a body, a one body. So the body of an animal, like zooectoplasm, or from a plant, like phytoectoplasm, related, for example, phytoectoplasm is related to lignin. It's a kind of molecule that is very, very important to the plants that make the plants grow and transform and create the forests. Lignin is very, very important. There is an hypothesis that it related to phytoectoplasm. So the ectoplasm is more the most dense part of energy. But where is the reason? Where is and what is the reason of the ectoplasm? Depends on the body, like I had said, plant, animal, or human. But if the body is not full of energy, it's defeated. So there is no exist ectoplasm. So when you get in touch with immanent energy and get fulfilled of energy, so we'll get more ectoplasm to make difference in our life. Because the ectoplasm in our everyday life makes lots of difference, make us can make us better, can transform our life, but it depends our state of energy. And our state of energy, if we get in touch regularly with immanent energy, you trend to get fulfill of energy. So it's very important to be plan of energy. Okay, let's go to the next. I think I have enough time to discuss, but here we have just to I have comment to have different beliefs and culture along the time, and you have different this culture, especially the difference between Eastern and Western, that focus at different uh, parts or different knowledge or skills to deal with these kinds of energy. But in general, the different human cultures have some uh, ability or skill to deal with these kinds of energy. Let's go to the next, please, Anna. So, just to remember, as much you can repeat your experiment at different places with different people also. Try to share and keep your critical sense to always questions about the feelings, about the perceptions, about the perspective, to identify, to describe these kinds of energy. Remember to start to compound your energetic portfolio of signals, of perceptions. Okay, the next one. So that's some challenge to just to pay attention that natural energy cannot replace the conventional medicine. It's important. Sometimes you need conventional medicine, but in our daily life, if you are fulfilled of energy, you reduce the probability to get ill. Okay, interact as much as you can with the different kinds of energy. Be open-minded about the perceptions and repeat, just trying to confirm your perception. Try to get in touch with experienced practitioners. Educate yourself to be a scientific approach, and keep your intention and motivation to go on. Please, the next. And just remember, we have different situation with one to another, with animals, with plants, with different places. Go next, Hannah. And try to integrate the practical of energy in your everyday life. You have here some techniques that you can apply, that's easy to apply. As I had said, different environment, start at home, and then look for different environments to test and make experiments. for example, to absorption, exteriorization, try to reach a vibrational state, clairvoyance, assimilation, de-assimilation. The next one.
I'd like to ask here something that you mentioned. You talk here in this slide about practicing gratitude and appreciating the energies around you. I think this is something that has a lot to do with intentionality. Am I wrong?
No, you are correct, Yana, because everything, I think, in terms of energy, starts with our thought. Because remember, you have a concept in conscientiology called tosene. So you have thoughts, you have sentiments or emotions, and you have energy. So as much you can reach its feelings and thoughts about integration with nature, about the positive aspect of life. You are get in touch with energy, with a high level of way of thinking. It's very positive to be an open-minded person. So when you can start the experiment, you start with an open mind, with open energetic field, because the energy is subordinated to the thoughts, not the vice versa.
I
The
see.
energy depends on the thoughts. If you are open-minded, you can improve, you can create an self-environment, as if I can say like
Yeah.
that, but a self-environment that can promote a more positive way of get a good experiment. And if you can repeat, you will adjust the difference between certain conditions or situations, but you can always write it down, take notes to get new ideas to improve your way of doing experiments. That I think is very important.
I dare to say that, when you are practicing those exercises, it's very important to have a posture of respect. Because, for instance, whenever you do a meditation exercise, the most important part is like empty your mind, because there is just no way of being in a very nice piece of nature and having your mind full of garbage. You need to be responsible to take care of your own garbage and make it go away to appreciate the experiment.
Yeah,
That be correct?
yeah, exactly. I remember that's why we always suggest you begin by yourself at home. Try to improve your own perception of your energy. So when we do experiment in nature with, for example, with trees or with animal, we will first of all try to describe your own energy, try to feel your field of energy, and then your field perceive as soon as you perceive your field of energy. So you try to reach the field of tree, the field of the animal, and just to try to perceive their reactions about the touch of the fields of energy. So if the reaction is positive, go on. So you have to respect the others, the other field. You can reach the nature, and so yeah, just to exteriorize your energy, and then and expect to be understood, or be to take some elements, to take some signals, positive signals. No, first of all, try to focus on yourself. If you are good, you can feel if your field of energy is positive, so you can start and try to get in touch with the field of the other elements. As I had said, tree, animals, other people. So it's very important you start with ourselves. Okay,
Okay.
let's go
Professor
to the
Roberto, Leona has another question. Since you talked about shamans as healers, she asks if their healing power rely on them propagating certain energies or the recipient's perception of their energy.
Yeah, good questions, Leona. Yeah, the shamans, I think is they are they can teach us very much. They have lots of things to teach us. Yeah, and I think that they have the choice of a shaman is not only by chance, not only by the kind of rebirth, but the shamans has a lot of steps and challenge during their life that they once they reach the level of self separation, they can reach a level of self separation, especially about the human questions, human problems about survival, about the no question about the emotional stress, about the desires, about the imaginations, the real human needs. They can self-superate everything, and they start to pay attention about the energy around them and focus in extra-physical exchange. They have lots of different perceptions of extra-physical reality, and once try to help the others as a leader, because all the shamans used to be a leader in a community. So they start to apply the ability to get in touch with the energy, with the get in touch with the extra physical consciousness, and kept information and inspiration, and also kept energy, immanent energy, and can apply in the others to get it better. So I think depends the preparation of the shaman has a long term of time of preparation to be a shaman. I think it's more the I think is that the real question, the real situation of shaman.
Okay.
Of course, the perceptions of the recipient, yeah, influence. Yeah, we know that it's the same of medicine. That's why we have different tests of medicaments that are false or fake medicaments that can make the effect, the good effect, and it's not a real medicine. Okay.
Yeah, we have also not only the placebo effect, that's when the person take the medicine and they feel good, but we
Yeah,
have also the nocebo effect, when the
yeah,
person takes something and thinks it makes something bad and it ends up making
yeah.
it. We have
Depends
another
on,
question.
yeah.
Eliane is asking, how can we assist others with energies when we are not so well? Because sometimes exchanging consciential energies with one another, even pets, is usually good and make us feel well. However, sometimes it can be harmful if the others are not okay.
Yeah, yeah, that's a challenge for us because, in fact, the relation uh, with energy, with one to another, it's a mathematical or paramathematical because if even though you are worse than the others, but if you have more energy than the other, you can you naturally will donate the parts of your energy to improve the situation, the health of the other, because he is worse than you. So it's very, I think it's very mathematical because that's why we sometimes you are very tired. You think we just think to relax and recompose, but sometimes you have situation that appears person or extra-physical, intraphysical, that demands more energy than you have, that you think
Available.
is enough. But in fact, they are worse than you. So in this mathematical relation, you naturally will donate your energy. Yeah, that's
And
I
she
think the fact.
And she mentions that she considers herself very sensitive to energies around, maybe because her psychosphere is more enlarged and able to capture these patterns.
Yeah,
What do you
yeah,
think?
yeah. I think in the case when a person is more sensitive, I think there is more responsibility, for example, to get in touch with the immanent energy, because the most problem that we have that that absorb our energy is related to consciential interrelation or the consciential energy, and then people lack energy of consciential energy. Most people lack energetical. The lack of energy is about consciential energy, because most people don't use to apply or identify immanent energy. So as much you can effort, it's not so easy. More easy to perceive and get in touch with consciential energy because it's present in our daily life since we reborn, we rebirth here. So, but about the immanent energy, you are not educated to deal with. So, in the interaction in family, at work, and social relation, in general, we exchange consciential energy and not immanent energy. So if you are more sensitive about that relation, I think the best alternative to get improved our and keep our health state is to get in touch better with immanent energy, because there is no negative perspective which became immanent energy worst or bad is the consciential energy. when you go to a place or environment that are not so positive. It's not so positive because there is some consciential energy that are worse than our energy. So I think it's
That's
a good alternative is to get in touch, to improve your level, to get in touch with immanent energy.
makes all sense. Yeah. Do you want to pass the next one?
Yeah, please, yeah, finish. Just to remember you to keep to get in touch with different kinds of energy, to improve your empathy, self-awareness, self-sustainability, because that's what I'm talking about. We need to keep our sustainability, not only in terms of survivance, but about the energy. Because when you feel lack of energy, we are not self-sustained, and so that that level of situation or that level of health, it's very important to help the others. Okay, let's go to the next one. Yes. So if you have more questions, I'd just like to, I think you're about time, but just to exchange some ideas, to discuss, to debate. We have a few minutes. I don't know if I speak too much.
No, you spoke really well. Everything. We had several questions, and we do appreciate you having time to be here talking to us. You know that you don't need to be invited again because this is your house. Anytime that you want to be back, we are waiting for you. Okay, and unfortunately, we are by the end of our presentation. And we are going to have another presentation on August 3rd. That's going to be with Mariana Nunes, who will speak about the physical body, if it's all there is, or is there anything else? And also, we still have a question here. Leona is asking, how can you lower the resistance of others to your energy? It's a complex question because uh, the interaction of energies, it has to be something ethical, right? And lower another person's resistance to your energy. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I think I understand the question, the preoccupation of her, because sometimes the reaction of the others can make us to think about some defense. People in general used to be assume certain posture of self-defense. It's natural, as we have in a body of animal. We are in a primate body. So you have some historical, genetic, that self-defense, especially territorial approach, okay? But an energy also is, and we have a form to mark our territory with energy. When animal, get make peace in some parts of the territory, is to mark that place. You can do this, and in fact, use it to do with our energy. For example, I cannot entrance in at your home, you know, deliberated. As I can reach your home and getting through. It's an intrusion, you know. So I have to. Many people used to get a defense in your field of energy, and it's natural. But as much as you get better in your energy, for example, I have as much you can feel full of energy. You're not feel lack of energy or disgusting situations or feelings that make energy a simulation of bad energies. So if as much you can improve your level of energy, it's natural that the people you feel better near you. The people that are near you, you feel better. So I think that you can improve our environment at least at first to improve our own energy, your field of energy, and second one, you can improve your environment around you. And so immanent energy can make difference, as I had said. We have good level of energy, for example, phytoenergy, hydroenergy, cosmic energy. You can fool your environment with these kinds of energy by your intention, by as you can repeat your experiment, you can fulfill your environment with these kinds of energy. So your aura, your field of energy getting will be better. It will be better. So people around you, you will certainly will lower the resistance about your energy. I think it's good you go make some experiment about this and try to take notes if the result will be positive. I think will be positive. I'm quite sure that will be positive. Try to do this, I think, and then you can discuss about.
Very good. I would assume that, sometimes we should behave like when we are approaching a pet. If it's a strange pet, you don't go petting him right away. You let them smell you, uh,
Yeah,
let
true.
them approach you, because
Yeah,
otherwise their their response might be really protecting themselves and even attacking you to protect themselves. And
yeah,
if you have a sense of respect, that would be something more advisable.
yeah. Good remembers, Anna, because pet usually to behave as a thermometer or energetic meter that
Mhm.
can sense, that can perceive variation about the situation of energy. I think it's a good indicator.
Eliane mentions here that sometimes our pattern of information would not fit with others. Sometimes we will need to exteriorize to kind of perceive the other energy and see if it would be, uh, respectful and still positive to make any intervention. Do you
Yeah,
agree with this statement?
yeah, good remember, Celian. And also, just to add that sometimes we are in the wrong place, not the people, not the person. Sometimes the person or people, the group, feel worse with our presence, but it's not a problem of us or ourselves, but the environment's not fit anymore for us. It's not good for us. So people you feel your presence not fitted, not so good, not, I think it's fitted is the best word, and so então sometimes it's very important in evolution, you perceive our limits. You can solve all of the problem of humanity. You can solve all of the problems, but you can help as you can works with energy appropriately. But if the environment or the people, the group is not fitted, is not, is not openness, there is no openness to work with energy. Yeah, I mean, we are sorry, but you have to put the limit and get another way, another group, or just put limit that you can recognize and not go on. And this okay. That's okay because it's the limit of the other. Okay, you can force it about energy, this knowledge, this sensation, perceptions. You just, we had discussed, you have to respect, you know, just to exteriorize good energy for the best and go on and respect the limit of them, and them also have to respect your or our limits. Okay.
Very well. So, our time is up, unfortunately. If you enjoyed this conversation, please give us a like and subscribe to our channel. And thank you for joining us today. Thank you.
I,
Bye-bye.
I wish to thank you for you and everyone.
All right. Thank you very much.